Fani Kayode, former aviation minister, a staunch member of PDP, has started to weigh his own opinion. He has started to share his own thoughts as a political analyst. He said Sanusi Lamido, to the dethroned, deposed Emir of Kano State, is another monster, groomed and packaged as Messiah ahead of 2023. Do not be deceived, Nigerians. As you know, the North is used to this package, this ways of doing things called Taqqiya. They said Taqqiya is accepted in the Quran, and Taqqiya means trick, cunning ways of doing things. Anyway, they sold us the idea of Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, the president of Nigeria, and they sold the integrity. Now they are selling a new package, and he claimed this is Sanusi Lamido too. And to those of you from the south who are so excited, and they are pronouncing the name Sanusi as a great man, as a man that spoke truth to power, as a man that wants progress, is actually warning you to be very careful. He said Sanusi will be the PDP or APC presidential candidate in 2023. I say this: your suffering under Buhari will pale insignificant and appear like a joyous and pleasurable summer holiday when compared to what will happen to you if Sanusi, former governor of Central Bank and also ex-emir of Kano State, takes over. They claim that this man is a radical Muslim, a staunch Muslim. Yes, there are some saying that he's telling the Kano government and the rest of them in the north not to take religion the way it is, not to take it so fanatical. He's talking about how they can upgrade, take off their Almajiri system, in which the emirate itself, and which he is the emir, gained from. In fact, they created this because you have to have the commoners, the plebeians, like how you have in the United Kingdom back in those days, until now that things are a little bit better. But then when you have a king, a queen that never does any work and expects you, we are talking of humans are supposed to be equal. Then there are some groups of people, they say they are kings, they are queens, and you work to service their family, and they dictate. Do they have two heads? Now, that is the same feudal system that brought about the emir and the emirates that you have in the northern part of Nigeria. And therefore, the system brought about the Almajiri system and all what you have in the north. And it became worse with the kind of religion that they decided to embrace. No democracy in the north. It's all about Sharia. Anyway, it was once attributed to this emir, Sanusi Lamido. A murder was attributed to him, and that has to do with a man, supposedly a man and a woman from the southeastern part of Nigeria. They claim that they desecrated the Holy Quran, and the woman desecrated. That's what they claimed, and it happened in Kano State, and this brought about mass murder. I mean, they killed a lot of people, and they claimed that the man that actually pushed towards this is actually the emir of ex-emir of Kano State, and that's Lamido Sanusi. They said he was actually at the forefront, or was part of the move that brought about the tension, that brought about the aggression that killed those people. I mean, they said he escaped somehow, and somehow he was linked up somewhere in Lagos, Nigeria. He got into the banking system and eventually ended up to be the Central Bank of Nigeria governor. They say he studied in one of those nations where Islam is paramount, and that's Sudan. And of course, he is very eloquent, very intelligent, but then the Islamic doctrines are maybe too much. I mean, he's somehow fanatical. That's what they are trying to say. And he only needs the opportunity, the position to be able to vent all of the Islamic or Islamization agenda that some people claim these Northerners are bent on achieving. Yes, they said, he talked about the Almajiri system, the out-of-school children. Of course, he's educated. Of course, we want them to be more educated. Imagine an educated fanatic. They are very difficult to handle. And he spoke about the Boko Harams and every of the issues that is ongoing at the north. Now, this man is telling us that the suffering under Buhari will be a vacation compared to what will happen if Sanusi Lamido takes over. The matter and of Taqqiya, like I said, they said these people are the masters of Taqqiya. Don't forget that he is so educated. If he ever becomes president of Nigeria, you will face much more than you have ever thought about. That is what he is positing. He is the former Minister of Aviation, Femi Kayode, like I said. And he's also a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Femi Kayode. He has decided to warn Nigerians against repeating the same mistake of 2015 in 2023 by believing the deposed Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi II, as the awaiting Messiah, will rescue Nigeria from all the challenges that has befallen the nation. Anyway, it is so clear that Goodluck Jonathan, who this man was part of the show, and also Obasanjo, we've all known that none of this administration or regime have ever had the interest of the people at heart. Goodluck Jonathan's administration was riddled with corruption. In fact, it was also a home of corruption. And he said, stealing is not corruption. Anyway, his own administration is actually a crisis that should never have happened. But this administration, I always call it a civil war. It is worst, not only in the sense of corruption, but also in the way the justice system is being handled. Not because the justice system also is free and fair or is clear of certain activities. I mean, corruption among the judiciary, and sometimes, you know, it's a terrible system anyway. The constitution itself is not even, you know, it's not even a functioning constitution, and it's not even a constitution that should be that we should have in that country, because it's not working properly and it is even wrong. The former minister was reacting to reports making the rounds that the deposed emir had been groomed to take over power from Buhari into 2023. The North has nobody to present. Is it El-Rufai? Who are they going to represent to the country as Messiah? Someone that they can sell that attribute of godliness, of integrity, of purity, of focus. Who? They felt like, oh, you think Buhari is not educated, they cannot answer that question. We have someone that is educated that can answer, but then he has to do what we want from the North. After all, he has no friend but we from the North. Now, he was deposed, kicked down to a little fishing village in Nasarawa State, and after a few days, he was able to take his matter to the court. They ruled here and there, and he was taken off from there to settle somewhere in Kaduna State with his friend, El-Rufai. El-Rufai has an agenda to become president or vice or something. But they know that they cannot sell two Hausas to us. They can't sell Hausa Fulanis to us. They have to sell just one. And who is that person? Is Nasser El-Rufai trying to make sure that at least let the thing come to us, and who knows? Anyway, in his official Facebook page, Femi Kayode described the deposed emir as a monster worse than Buhari, who has been groomed and packaged by the Northern forces ahead of 2023, warning Nigerians not to fall into another deception of a fake Messiah. He wrote, those that put Buhari in power in 2015 are mostly the ones cried over Sanusi Sanusi removal as Emir of Kano. Sanusi supported Buhari and applauded him when he persecuted those of us that opposed his candidacy in 2015. Why should he lament now and not continue the applause? Is Buhari no longer his Messiah? And to those of you from the South who excitedly pronounce in whispering tones that Sanusi will be the PDP or APC presidential candidate in 2023, I say this: your suffering under Buhari will pale in significance and appear like a joyous and pleasurable summer compared to what Sanusi, the master of Taqqiya, is going to bring down to you. It is at that point that you will know the meaning of hell on earth and enjoy the full prompt of Northern hegemonist power. Simply put, in Sanusi, you don't know who and what you are dealing with, and you will never know until it is too late. Once again, just like in 2015, you have been fooled and scammed, and another monster is gradually being groomed and packaged as a messiah for the nation. Sadly, many Southerners are buying into it. How gullible, weak, and pitiful they are. It is because Gideon Akaluka was only a poor man and a Christian that no one gives a damn about who cut off his head. Is it because he came from the wrong part of the country? This Gideon Akaluka is the man that God crushed as a result of the activities or pronouncement of this deposed emir, Sanusi. Anybody that is ready to kill anybody for any religion is not fit to be president. Definitely, that person is a fanatic, a bloodsucker, not different from Boko Haram. Is that why the whole thing is still being brushed under the carpet as if he was not a human being with dreams and aspirations like any other person? And regardless of where it came from or what his religion's faith was, did he not have a right to life, right to free, at least free and fair judgment? If they claim he committed a crime, he desecrated an holy book, he did this and that, can they take him to the court? They murdered him and they claim that this man was part of the reason he was murdered. Nigerians should not forget this too. We do not need someone that has blood on his hands, someone that is a fanatic, someone that is partisan, someone that is interested in one tribe or the other. In fact, people have said it several times, let the country break apart so we can face our business. All man should answer his father's name. Are we as a nation and people under the spell, or have we been cursed? May God judge Nigeria for our insensitivity and our love for bloodthirsty and bloodlusting monsters who delight in deceit, violence, wickedness, and injustice. This is what he has decided to end this week. So what's your own about the forced marriage of the North and the South? How long are we going to continue in this? Let us meet at the comment section. If you're a member of this channel, say a very big thank you for the support. And if you're not, let us grow together by you tapping. Just smash on the red subscription button and the red notification icon bell. It will automatically make you a member of this channel, and it will also alert you whenever videos are uploaded. Thanks for stopping by.